You've been studying men for 35 years. What's the most recent thing you found out about men that completely shocked you?
Okay. I've talked to men about the reasons why there's sexual infidelity. And the most surprising thing was that it wasn't because their wife didn't have sex with them. It was because their wife didn't. Almost all men consider that dishonorable.
Wow, dishonorable.
Dishonorable. We both had fun, didn't we? So what's the harm? Now here comes the bleep. Why not eat it, drink it, and it? I could be dead tomorrow. Why not?
You studied men for 35 years, but just 6 months into your research, you were actually told to just stop castrating them. So what on earth are we women doing that we don't realize that is totally emasculating men?
I'd been studying men for 6 months and unknowingly was using everything I was learning against them. I'd become more manipulative, even more strategic than normal. And I'd, and oh my gosh, and I could diminish them more effectively because I knew what was important to them. So I hit them where it hurt, which I thought, of course, was my job. We have to keep these people under control, or there will be burping and farting and sperm everywhere. They're beasts. We've got to cage them. We've got to keep them on a leash, and certainly don't feed them a lot of energy and love and admiration and appreciation. Don't have them full of themselves. That's a dangerous thing, a man who's full of himself, or so I thought. So Ellen came along, and she actually used this C word, castrating. Alison, she really said this. It was on the phone. She said, Alison, men are attracted to you like bees to honey. And when you're done with them, it's as if they've been with a vampire. I was like, little old me? Little me? And then she went through and she named all the times she had seen me do it, or seen a man afterwards, like he'd just been around me and now he was a fraction of himself. And she described all the things she saw me do. And as she described them, I listened like a good job evaluations, and I listened like I was being commended.
Oh.
Yeah, like, oh, that was a good one. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, yeah, that stopped him in his tracks. That took all the wind out of his sails. Yeah, that worked really well.
What kind of thing were you doing?
It started young. I was really attracted to jocks, but I hated their arrogance. You know, like, of course I'm wanted, and I didn't know it was an act until decades later. And so I humiliated them on purpose in front of other people. Oh. And now we're going back to 1976, senior in high school, and at a party where, everyone's drinking beer. Mm-hmm. And I was sober at the time, so I had a beer bottle filled with water so people wouldn't ask me why I wasn't drinking beer. And do you remember Snap shirts?
Snap shirts?
Yes, they're Western shirts, and they have these pearly snap.
Oh.
Yeah. So I would walk up to one of these, cocky young men, and they'd be holding a beer, and I'd say, would you hold my beer? And they'd say, sure, and they'd take my beer, and now both hands are full. And then I'd just reach up and go, thinking that they'd be like, yeah, let me show you my chest. They're like,
oh, wow.
Yes. They were exposed. They hate being exposed involuntarily. And
when you think about it, if a man went up to a woman and did that would be horrifying.
Yes. So that was one of the things I did. But I also, I thought I was really generous. I would always point out what they were doing wrong and what they could do better and what they were stupid at. It's very helpful. Very helpful.
You can't imagine why they weren't thanking you.
Exactly. And I always was, anything you can do, I can do better. My mother used to dance around singing that song. Yeah, and I thought that was my job. You have to have a man, and you have to get him to act right, because if he doesn't, you look bad. So make him act right, but never need him. Don't need him for anything. We're equals. We can do everything you can do. We don't need you for anything. Become a better man. And so as Ellen was showing me these things that I'd done, and I mean, we can name them, and just ignore men, withhold, like there's the A's, withhold appreciation, withhold admiration, withhold accountability, because they thrive on accountability. They need to be accountable. Well, women are often vetoing men in what they consider their areas of accountability. So if he holds himself accountable, for example, for the financial security of the family, she vetoes him by going out and just put it on a credit card. I wanted it. And to him, it's like a knife in the gut. Like there's an enemy within the castle.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah. And we have no idea. And he's enraged and we think he's an asshole. But we just attacked him in one of the places that he is holding himself responsible for the well-being of the whole family, the whole kingdom, and we just sabotage and think nothing of it. We don't even think we've sabotaged. I just did what I wanted to do. You can't tell me what to do. You can't tell me what not to do. Right? So we don't understand. So we also, I call it green emasculation, because it's you don't have to spend much energy withholding. Withhold food, withhold sex, withhold admiration, withhold actionable information.
What do you mean by that?
When men are listening to us, if we're fine, their default listening is, what's the point?
Oh.
And what's the point is a question that a person organized around productivity. Mm-hmm. So when you're in your get her done mode of what you're accountable for, you're paying attention to what people are saying as to what's the point. What does this have to do with what we're doing? It's completely normal. Well, they're listening that way, and I actually have to trick women into getting to the point.
Oh. Yeah, because if a guy said, well, what's the point? You think that now they're being abrasive. They're being demanding. They're not listening. They're not giving.
Don't care.
Yes,
and
they
don't respect me.
Yes. I finally feel seen.
Yeah, we're sure of it. So actionable information would be something like, honey, there's something very important to me that if you did this for me, it would make this kind of difference in my life. And what it is this, and what it looks like are these 3 steps. And when I need that is the day before my period's going to start.
Oh, right, yes.
If you're willing to give that to me, is there anything you need from me for you to do that? Now, most women, when they say that, they're hoping a man will say nothing. I don't need anything. I got it. Nothing. Oh, no, something. Most natural thing that drives women nuts. They want the man of the house to take out the trash. It's stinky. It's gross. Sometimes it's heavy. And besides, we did all the work to put what's in the trash. And men are really willing to take out the trash. 100% of them, when asked, what do you need to take out the trash? Tell me when you want me to. Ugh. My husband's an idiot. I have to tell him when to take out the trash. He can't tell when the trash needs to be taken out. Ugh. That's what we think. Like, Jesus, if I have to tell you when to take it out, I might as well take it out.
So can I be a bit of a voice in the community now? That some people may say, why do I have to? Like, he's a grown man. If he can put on his socks the right way, if he can get himself to work the right way and do the job, how come he can't do this job?
Taking out the trash means you wrap it up. You wrap up the bag. You check the bottom before you drip it across the floor. you take it out to where it's going to go out to the street, and then you come back and you put a new bag in. And if you need to cinch it up so that it fits tightly around the edges, you do that. And then you close the cupboard that holds the trash.
This all seems very simple.
It seems like one thing, taking out the trash. No, to a man, that is not one thing. Taking out the trash is you pull it out and you take it out. And you leave the cupboard open. And
so it's just the way that they see things. So for us, we see it as one thing, but for them, they see it as like 20 different things, but you have to spell out the 20 different things?
Yeah, because they took the trash out. They're on to the next thing they're focused on.
So once you've told them and they've been trained in these specific things, then you can rely on them.
No.
Oh.
No. Oh gosh. Okay, here we go.
Give it to me, Gal. All right, guys, we'll be right back with Alison. But real quick, if you've gotten any value from a single Women of Impact episode, please go ahead and smash that subscribe button or use the QR code right here. It's how YouTube actually knows that you value this channel, that the content matters, and it helps me build this powerful community of all of us who are just done settling. So please go ahead and show the love by subscribing. Now, back to the episode. So once you've told them and they've been trained in these specific things, then you can rely on them.
No.
Oh.
No. Oh gosh. Okay, here we go.
Give it to me, Gal.
You can get on our website. It's called Feels Like Love, Looks Like Math.
Oh.
Yes. And it starts with,
I like the name.
Yeah. Well, and I'm really literal. So it starts with people writing down what are the things that when people do that feels like love to them.
Yeah.
And then I walk them through why. It's not likely to happen even one time. And if it happens one time, it's less likely to happen again. And it's almost impossible for it to become reliable.
Oh.
And because the math doesn't add up. Oh. So imagine you write down what feels like love. The thing that has the whole thing go haywire is the belief that it'll happen if I believe I deserve it. So we think the things that aren't happening are either because we think we don't deserve it, so we don't attract it, we don't let it happen. We believe that. Or the other person doesn't agree that I deserve it. So the things we're sure we deserve, honey, after everything I do, I deserve for you to take out the trash.
Oh, yes.
If he says, you're right, you do deserve that. Now we think it's a done deal.
Yeah. I feel seen. He understands. He's going to do it. Amazing.
We agree? Yeah. No. If a man believes you deserve something that he can't provide for you, then it's dishonorable. So we think a man doing the right thing, if he's mad at you, he'll save you, right? Even if he loves you, he may not marry you because he knows he can't give you what you need. And that would be dishonorable of him to do that. Which then leads into this huge problem, how men decide what a woman needs. We think how they should decide what we need is by what we tell them what we need.
Right. Makes sense.
Doesn't that make sense?
Makes perfect sense to me.
But only if what you tell them you need, you actually demonstrate your commitment to it.
Oh, say more. Can you give me an example?
A classic. Honey, I'm exhausted. Will you take over, put the kids to bed? And so I can go to bed early. Sure. Okay, you got it. Now he thinks she's exhausted. What does a man do when he's exhausted?
Right, yeah.
So he thinks she's just going to go upstairs and go to sleep. Why is she washing the dishes?
Oh.
Why is she putting cream on her face? Why is she cleaning the bathroom instead of brushing her teeth? Why is she reading? What? She said she was exhausted. Why Why isn't she asleep by now? Exhausted must not mean the same thing to her as it means to me. Because he doesn't know, with as busy as our brains are, from the diffuse awareness that estrogen creates. I call it the sleep slide. It takes about an hour. It takes about an hour, put things away, tidy things up, do the routine, play spider solitaire so my brain actually shuts down. But I have to shut down a very complex system to fall asleep. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, what men don't know is women also have to feel physically safe. So we can't fall asleep anywhere. We got to make sure, okay, the door's closed, the doors are locked, I've got, okay, I'm all safe and secure. Okay, now I can be out of control for the next however many hours. Mm-hmm. Men don't worry about being physically safe. It's not on their radar. So, and I learned this when I was leading a course and a man said, yeah, so I was going to visit my grandma and I was early, so I pulled up in front of a convenience store and opened the windows and took a nap. You never do that, ever. Never. I don't care how tired I am. Yeah, I took this on. I was like, okay, I'm going to learn to take a nap on my couch. I practice.
Oh, wow.
I practice lying on my couch. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to take a nap. I can take it. No. I mean, anybody who does computers, like, it's a macro program, cycling. Am I safe? Am I safe? Am I safe? Am I safe now? Am I safe now? Am I safe now? I'm safe now. And what we're terrified of is being hurt. We're terrified of pain. Physical pain, emotional pain, mental pain, spiritual pain. Just please don't hurt me. And when men do things like they raise their voice, I'm going to be hurt. You raise your voice, you raise your hand, I'm going to be hurt. It doesn't even ever to have happened in our lifetime. We don't even have to have ever seen it happen. It's right there, ancestral memory. I'm going to be hurt. And they don't know, because to men, a man raising his voice, it's nothing. It means nothing. Mm-hmm. To us, it has all these implications. So the source of diminishing men is fear and or frustration. We're afraid or we're frustrated that we can't get what we need.
Oh,
So we attack. And we, for example, we try to get what we need from a man the way you would get it from a woman. How you get it from a woman is you criticize her for not already doing it.
Oh, that's such a hard pill to swallow, but it's true.
Yes.
Oh, you struck me there, Gav. Wow.
Yeah, why didn't you? Why don't you? What were you thinking?
Oh.
Yeah. Women, because we're the smaller and weaker sex, we're afraid of upsetting people. We hate for people to be upset. I mean, as herd animals, we're sure we're going to be ostracized. For sure, we're going to lose status.
Oh, wow.
The most important woman doesn't like me. Oh, no. So all these consequences to not pleasing someone, upsetting them, don't upset them. So when someone basically said, you have failed to please me, we're all over it. Even if we're pissed about it. Even if we think they're the most demanding, hideous bitch, right? The devil wears Prada. We're still busting our ass to please. Mm-hmm. And we expect men to be the same way.
Oh, got it. So women criticize each other. So when someone criticizes you, you're like, okay, I better get better at this. So we think by criticizing the guy, he's going to respond in the same way, but he doesn't.
Right.
How does he normally respond then if he doesn't get proactive like we women do?
And I talk about the 4 layers of protection that men have against criticism, but I was wrong.
Oh.
There's actually 5 layers of protection against criticism, but I missed the first one because it was so obvious.
Tell me. I'm intrigued.
Oh my gosh. How they respond to criticism doesn't mean what we think it means. We think if they respected us, if they loved us, if they cared about us, they would respond to criticism and fix it.
Yeah, it makes complete sense.
Of course. Okay, first, the first layer of protection.
Actually, can you tell me the others and then tell me the one you
and then
missed
tell
at
you the
end?
first?
Yeah.
Okay, so the second one is, and they tell us this all the time when we are devastated by criticism. Honey, consider the source.
Oh.
She's an idiot. He's an idiot.
Mhm.
Don't take it seriously. Consider the source. So that's what they do. They consider the source and whether or not they respect the person who criticized them. If they don't respect them, honestly and truly, it's like a fart.
Oh.
It's distasteful, but it disappears. It means nothing. I don't respect it. What they said was meaningless, right? So if they don't respect the person, it doesn't land anywhere. It's like there's a force field.
Oh.
Because
Which
they
is
don't
the
respect
opposite
them.
for us, right? If it could be a complete stranger and says it and we hold on to it for 15 years.
Yes. So the first is consider the source. If they do respect the source, we'd think, okay, well, then they'll act on it. They'll change.
Yes.
No. Then they measure what the other person said against what they think of themselves.
Oh, So if the other person says you're so stupid.
Am I stupid? Am I stupid about that? No. Now that's difficult for them. When someone they respect has criticized them, it can either be like, bummer. If it's their wife, who they respect and adore and need to be nurtured by and admired by, and she thinks that about me. And he knows it's not true, but she thinks that about me. They call it crushed. And you can see it. It's like someone ran over their collarbones.
Oh.
And their bodies just, they actually get shorter because they fold over. They're crushed. Yeah. Do they change? No. They're just crushed because they don't agree with the criticism. That's not true. That's not who I am. That's not how I am. Okay, so if they agree with the criticism, then they change, right? No.
I knew you were going to say that. God damn it.
No. If they agree with the criticism, yes, that's a valid criticism. I am blank about that. I'm stupid about that. I'm clueless about that. I'm not as attentive to that as I ought to be. Yep, it's accurate. Still nothing's happening. Why isn't anything happening? Well, now he's calculating, okay, he's having the worth it calculation. What would it take to change that? And what benefit would that cause? And is the benefit worth what it would take?
Oh.
If the benefit isn't worth what it would take to change that, nobody's perfect.
I'm like jealous of men right now.
Yes.
We go straight into, fix it. Doesn't matter if it's worth it or not. You got to be liked.
Yes.
I love that they're able to do this.
Well, you're perimenopausal.
Yes, I am.
Wait till you're, let's see, I am 17 years past menopause. It's awesome.
I can't wait to get in your club, gal. I can't wait.
It's the best thing that happens to us.
Because you're more like a guy in that way?
I'm so much more like a guy.
Oh, wow.
But let me tell you what happens.
Coming up.
You want men to spend effort on you? Give them points. Don't wait till they get it 100% right.
I need to know if this is just me or if you've ever actually been starving so much that you grab a healthy snack, flip it over, and suddenly you're reading ingredients that you can't even pronounce. That's why I'm so freaking obsessed guys, with Paleo Valley beef sticks, because these are one of the only sticks I can actually trust to fuel my body instead of wrecking it. First of all, they're made with 100% grass-fed beef. There's zero junk, no hidden sugars, no weird preservatives, and they're fermented, which means they're actually easy to digest. So I can just throw one in my bag, my desk, or the studio set, and I'm just good to go. Let's be honest, we're all juggling so much, so make Paleo Valley your easy go-to when you're traveling, in back-to-back meetings, or when you just need something quick that actually is going to make you feel strong, not sluggish. And right now, Paleo Valley has an insane deal for my listeners. Guys, 30 beef sticks for just $36. All you gotta do is click the link below to grab the deal. No crashes, no guilt, just real food that tastes great and actually supports your body and your mental clarity so you can show up sharp and strong.
Yes. But let me tell you what happens. So they measure whether it's worth it or not. And so then you think, if they decide it's worth it, yes, that would be a good payoff. It's worth it. It'll take this and it'll benefit that. That's definitely worth doing.
Yeah.
It goes on the list.
There's a list?
It doesn't go to the front of the list. It doesn't go to the top of the list. It doesn't go past everything else that's important and you go crazy about it. You got to fix that. Immediately or something terrible is going to happen. No, it goes on the list as something that would be worth doing someday.
Oh.
It doesn't alter his priority.
Wow.
And I said that on purpose. You might have expected me to say priorities.
Oh, yeah.
No. There wasn't even priorities in the dictionary until women joined the workforce in mass.
So basically, a guy has one.
Single focus. This is the priority. This is why they say first things first. First things first. And after first thing is done, then we'll see what's first next. They have one thing. This is single focus. This is what testosterone does to the brain. Creates a committed state of mind. It's beautiful. And it drives us nuts.
It reminds me of a study, actually, you wrote it down that you spoke about. You said men signed up to take estrogen and they all quit within 3 days because they felt crazy from all the input from the environment.
Yeah. It creates diffuse awareness. It's survival. We can go into a meadow, look for what's useful, edible, maybe beautiful if we're like not starving, and track our little critters running around. Stay close.
Yeah.
And pay attention to, wait a second, who moved that? Was there a bear in my meadow? Danger, danger. We're in the same way in our own living room. Who moved the chair? What happened in here? It's also why we notice everything that's out of place. It could be threatening what's out of place. If you think about a hunter, he's got to get some protein. He's got to kill it. He's got to drag it back to the tribe. There's a deer. There's a deer. Kill the deer. He doesn't go, is there a better deer behind it?
It's amazing. We do.
Well, we know there are berries in the middle of the bush. So if you want to hide food from men, you just put it in like the second or third row. They're just going to look at what's in the front row. This is what's in the refrigerator, everything that's in the front row. It's natural. Their vision is very different than our vision. They have track vision.
Don't women have more like an extra color receptor as well?
I don't know.
I heard somewhere, I'd have to look at the study, but a certain percent of women have an extra color receptor. And it's believed to be so that when back in, caveman days, you could notice the difference if your kid was sick because just by the change of its skin color.
Makes perfect sense. Well, there's a study they did in Great Britain, of all places. They took men and women into a grocery store and they pointed out select items in different parts of the grocery store. And then they blindfolded them and drove them away, and then asked them to point in the direction of this item.
Oh.
Now, women are not known for spatial intelligence. The women were far more accurate than the men.
Oh.
And the higher the caloric value of the item, the more precise they were.
Wow. Oh my God, that's amazing.
Isn't that awesome?
That's so cool.
There's so many things about us that are purely for the survival of our species, and we think we ought to be able to overcome them.
Mm-hmm.
No, the survival imperative, if you're not aware of how you're compelled by it, you're just going to do it. And survival is about survival. It's not about happiness. It's not about fulfillment.
Yeah.
It's not about partnership. It has nothing to do with love. It doesn't even know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're acting out these survival imperatives and expecting to have deep, resonant, supportive, amazing, passionate, intimate, close, truthful, fantastic relationships. Because we're so enlightened. Oh, we haven't told you the first one. So you wanted these 4 before the first.
Yeah.
The first is single focus. Because of testosterone in a committed state of mind, once a man commits, it screens out everything considered irrelevant. So men don't hear probably 90% of the criticism that's leveled at them.
Oh, interesting. So do we just like almost double down even more because we're like, he hasn't done it, so let me do it more, and he just doesn't receive it?
Yes. And we'll roll our eyes and tisk and mumble and and he's just focused, getting it done. He doesn't even hear it. But we think he did hear it and he's ignoring me.
Yes. Which then we
because he
think is even
disrespects
worse.
me.
Correct.
Yes. And now we're really pissed. This is why we have to like roll it all back. What if we're just different? What if we're just different because of gender hormones? Because of who we are as human beings and what drives us?
Yeah.
Just what if? What if we're more complex than we know and not, with a lot of labels? There's what's important to us. And is what's important to us a result of free choice, which is my passion, the freedom, the power to choose? Or is it a result of wounds that haven't been healed, or shame, which these are main drivers of human behavior, wounds and shame?
Are both men and women driven equal amounts by those two things? Because again, I'm just somewhat assuming. I see women feeling a lot more shame than I do men, but I don't know if that's just because they're expressing it more.
I didn't expect you to say that because okay. This is huge. This is huge, and it goes back to accountability. We hold them to account for what a woman would have done, taken out the trash without being asked. And some men are letting us do that. They become self-emasculating. Don't let us do that to you.
No.
As a man, don't let us do that to you. Because we're diminished when they're diminished. It's the only way it works. And so we don't notice what they are holding themselves to account for.
Right. Oh, yes.
And they have Superman standards for themselves. Like truly. They think, I should have been there. Honey, you couldn't have been there. I should have been there. So we use logic to try to talk them out of shame the way they use logic to try to talk us out of hurt feelings.
Ooh.
And what does it have us both experience? Not being seen, not being known. She doesn't know I'm Superman and I should have been there.
The reason why that hit so close to home was that literally happened. So my dog passed away and my husband was on a business trip, and it was our first dog. And to this day, I mean, that happened like maybe 15 years ago. And to this day, he will still apologize to me saying I should have been there.
Right.
And I'm like, babe, you were at work, you were on a plane. How were you? He's like, I left you alone to handle seeing our dog die by yourself.
Yeah.
And I tried to do the same. I'm like, but of course you were.
And we try to talk them, because we can tell shame is a horrible feeling. And we can see how the feeling of shame is like squishing life out of them. We're always monitoring life force, and it's hurting them and it's squishing them, and we don't want it to. So we try to talk them out of it. Like, you couldn't have been there. Let yourself off the hook. And it doesn't work. And what works is to say, thank you.
Oh.
Thank you for holding yourself to that standard.
I feel in my husband's scenario, I almost couldn't, because I'm like, I feel like I'm then almost agreeing with him that he should have been here, but I understand why.
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you for holding yourself to that standard.
Oh, I'm going to try that and see how you...
Will you forgive yourself for that?
I didn't realize we women did that. Like, it comes from such a nice place. Like, you genuinely want them to let go of the shame.
And it makes it worse.
Especially what you were saying.
It's like you're saying you're not Superman.
Oh, The thing that you said also is how they try to talk you out of your feelings. That really hit me, because I think if every woman at home right now knows how that feels, now imagine you're doing it to them. Like, that would be the worst, and I wouldn't want that. So you're really making me see things very differently.
Yeah. When I found out I was bringing out the worst in men, that was when my colleague who was standing next to me was called a frog farmer. That was me. And my life flashed before me.
Can you explain for people in case they don't know what that means?
So, it was at a landmark education event, and he was talking about communication, and she said, so why is it, and I can't do a Texas accent, but imagine red hair, frosty pink lipstick, bust stuck out, totally leading with sexuality. Totally, which is how we bring out the worst in men.
Oh, all right, we're pinning that, because we've got to come back to that one.
Oh, yeah. It's number one. And I said, why is it that men are wonderful in the beginning? And they take you on romantic dates, and they give you romantic presents, and they listen to you talk about your pets and your family as if they care. And then after a few weeks or a few months, they turn into sports watching, pizza eating, beer belching couch slugs. Why is that? And I'm watching. His name's Herb. I'm watching him, and he surprised me because he went like he leaned into it. He liked it. He liked it. I'm like, what? And now the corner of my eyes, I'm seeing men crossing their legs, because this was such an emasculating comment. Right. I see women leaning in, desperately needing to know the answer to this. And he saunters like he's totally antagonizing her on purpose. He's like, on purpose, he's like, like walks down the aisle, and then he goes like this. He looks her up and down, like he's so antagonizing her. And then he says, I see, you're a frog farmer. And people are like, oh, what? And she's looking at him, and he's just looking at her. She starts tapping her foot. All right. What's a frog farmer? He says, some women turn frogs into princes. You, my dear, turn princes into frogs. Now, a lot of women, when I tell them this, they're pissed. Like, you're blaming it on me. It's all my fault. I don't take responsibility. I was ecstatic. At that point, I'd been involved in transformation since I was 19 years old. And it had me no better off in a 7-year marriage. It was miserable. All the transformational tools my husband and I both had did nothing for that. And so to hear there's something I'm doing, I can change me. I can't change anybody else. I can change me. But what am I doing? 1991, I was utterly normal as a woman interacting with men. I was hurt. I was terrified. I had hatred, pain, and I wanted them still. If only I could not want them, right? And just I just got the truth of it. There's something I'm doing that's bringing out the worst in them. And I had no idea what it was because I was so normal. I did what women did in sitcoms. I did what my mother taught me to do.
Right.
That's all I did. But then I thought of this thing. It's like, wait a second. But I know women who are happily married to men that I'm sure, frankly, are assholes.
Oh.
But they're happily married to them. Is it because they're stupid? These aren't stupid women. They're bright women. And then this happens so many times. This question just dropped into my head. What if men are responding to women? These questions are always very precise.
Because you were always asking yourself before that women were responding to men?
No, what's wrong with these idiots?
Oh. Different question.
What do I got to do to get them to do what I need them to do? How can I get that? How can I get this? How can I get them? How can I get them? How do you get them? How do you get them? Women will ask me, so how do you get a man to? I said, well, as soon as you're asking that question, you're in trouble.
Yeah,
So this question dropped into my head, what if men are responding to women? And I realized, oh, what if the men that I think are jerks are responding to something in me that's different than what they're responding to in their wife?
Ah.
And why is it that I'm always either the friend or the barmaid?
Oh.
Right? What is it about me that I ended up in, like men worry about being in the friend zone? Yes, there's responding to you. And like never the queen, never the beloved, never the courting, everything from there. It's been 35 years. I just had this question, and I happened to be what today would be called a coach for 3 men of different ages, all entrepreneurs, all consultants in some way. And we got along great because I didn't need anything from them except for pay me my fee.
Right.
And I was their cheerleader and their sounding board, and I would encourage them. And I started paying attention to them differently. And when they surprised me in what they did, I'd try to figure out why they did it. And then I would do something very important. I would verify. This is what women have got to start doing and men have got to start doing, verify. Did you do this for that reason? And be willing to be wrong. It seems like you don't love me. Instead of, you don't love me.
Oh,
Right? You don't love me. They're just stuck.
Right.
It seems like you don't love me. What? What makes it seem like I don't love you? They actually lean into it where the other just makes them freeze. Right? So just starting to look and asking and verify, did you do this for that reason? And in the beginning, I was always wrong.
Oh, wow.
Always wrong. For months, I was wrong. And I finally caught on that I was assuming they did things for the reasons I would have.
Right, yes.
Like
That makes sense.
when you didn't want to spend the weekend helping your mother, and then you did spend your weekend helping your mother, was that because you didn't want to upset her? And, you know, when men are really handsome and sexy and successful and seems like they get all the women, and so they have to be full of shit, right? Yeah, well, yeah, I had a couple clients like that. And God bless him, he said, no, ew, I would never do anything for that reason, and no self-respecting man would. I'm like, well, women do things all, as we spoke about, women do things all the time in order to not upset people. We
Every
do and don't
self-respecting
do.
woman does it.
Yes, we are highly motivated by not upsetting people. And so I was like, okay, so then why did you do it? You didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
I gave you all these ways to get out of it. Great coach. And that you still did it. Why? That was my first lesson in duty. Duty is the right thing. He said, it's my duty as a son to take care of my mother. I also found out, though, when someone does something according to duty, they will do exactly what they think their duty is and no more. So how do you get more than duty?
And I assume these types of guys, everything that we've been saying kind of today, are the well-meaning guys, not the people that we now coin as narcissists or nefarious men.
So there are bad men and there are bad women.
Coming up.
Your productivity is determined by how much you're trusted and respected. This is why we go bananas about not being trusted and respected.
What up, my homies? Let's just normalize something real quick. Sex is a skill. Beducated is where you actually go to learn that skill. Nobody expects you to just sit down at a piano and magically know how to play, right? But somehow we just expect people to just be naturally good in bed. That makes zero freaking sense. But what I love and what I've learned is actually about competence, communication, understanding your body, and learning what your partner actually needs. And that's why I truly love Beducated. They have over 150 expert-led courses on intimacy. Everything from guided self-pleasure to mind-blowing techniques to deeper emotional connection. The courses are structured, educational, and practical, and I love that there's zero shame in it. So if you've been feeling just disconnected, if intimacy feels like it's just on autopilot, or if you just want to freaking level up your connection, go and click the link below. Kick off your journey by taking the quiz and get your personalized roadmap to sexual happiness. Ladies, it's not about being perfect, it's about being intentional. And that's where everything changes.
You have to understand, I started in 1990, but I really started in the 1960s. So men were pigs. Men are dogs. Men are emotionally unintelligent. They're separated from their feelings. They have no feelings. On and on and on and on and on until we got to narcissism.
Right.
And so when it was showing up on our Instagram page all the time. Narcissist. How do I tell if he's a narcissist? So I went to the American Association of Psychologists and asked for a description of narcissism and narcissistic behavior.
Well done.
Yeah, I want to know. Yeah, let's go.
It.
So how is this defined? And as I read the description of narcissistic behavior, to my surprise and in some ways despair, what I saw was the predictable behaviors of either men or women or both when we're afraid. They're all things that people do who live in a state of fear. It's not like intermittently. It's afraid. And it helped me to understand my mother and have compassion for my mother. She has been terrified her entire life about being good enough, being loved, being taken care of. Terrified. And it gave me compassion. And what I talk about in When is Narcissism Real is the ineffectiveness of a label. Because, this is perfect that this is here. So, you know when you pick up a glass and it doesn't have a handle on it, there's a chance it could slip out?
Yes.
But so we like it when it has a handle.
Yes.
This is a label.
Oh.
When we have a label for something, we feel like we have a handle on it. If I can call someone that thing, typical Leo. I've got a handle.
That's so true.
So's my sweetheart. He's a Leo. And he'd be the first to tell you he's a typical Leo.
Yeah.
Watch me.
Yeah.
Watch me. Okay, I'll watch. What do you want me to watch? Okay, I like watching. I didn't know I like watching. Could you do that again? So it has us feel secure. Like we can get it literally is a handle. We hand it. What is the Latin for hand? Manipulate. If we have a name for it, a label for it, we can handle it, we can manipulate it, we can get what we need. We like labels because then we go from, I said shame is one of the 3 worst feelings, powerlessness. We effing hate feeling powerless. He's a narcissist.
Oh, uh-huh.
She's a narcissist. He's non-committal. I want an emotionally intelligent man. So start at 60 years old and you'll have a chance. That's when their brains reconfigure and hook everything up with their
60.
emotions and their feelings.
Oh, God. At 60?
50, 60s.
Wow.
Yeah, it depends on his level of testosterone. So we label. And the worst thing is we then use labels to name a behavior and then have nothing to do with that person, which we could have completely misidentified it. They're a really, really good person, but we labeled it that. Or what people, especially women, do because we want to give everybody a chance is we'll pay attention to the why we think they did that.
Mm-hmm.
And if we understand why they did that, he was terribly hurt by, right?
Mm-hmm.
His mother, his ex-wife is like, he's been terribly hurt. So of course he's that way. We'll actually go without what we need. So when is narcissism real comes down to whether the label fits or not. Are you getting what you need from this human being? Pay attention to what's real, not a label.
I understand that completely. I think, speaking from my community, a lot of women have been in actual abusive, narcissistic relationships where their lives have been ripped apart. When I think about somebody like that, it's kind of like the bear in the woods. If you've had to run from the bear before, if you go back in the woods and you see a shadow that even resembles a tiny bit of a bear, you're better off to run and it be just like a big bush than wait and see if it actually is a bear or not. I think that may be where a lot of women come from, where it's like, I may be labeling, but it's safer for me to label and run than to ignore potential signs and give myself over to that person.
Yeah, and I would never tell women or men to ignore anything. And it's why I recommend, we teach this in Dating with Distinctions, if you're interacting with a man in a romantic context, right? So let's say in online dating, you've liked each other. And now, oh my gosh, one of my students said, I'm in the texting phase with this man. And like, how long have you been there? Oh, for a couple of months. Like, no, no. Lou Ambrosendine was the one who taught the written word has a profound effect. She teaches that a text to a teenage girl can cause the same amount of oxytocin to be secreted as a woman having an orgasm.
What?
Yes. Yes, which when we have orgasms.
Oh my God.
What people don't know about orgasms is that when we have orgasms, which is why men are determined biologically to cause us to have them before they come, it changes the vagina, the environment of the vagina from a we actually are spermicidal by nature. But when we have...
That could be the name of your next book.
I was going to do a book called The Penis Has No Future.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, it was adorable. He reserved it for me. But why I say the penis has no future is because the penis lives entirely in the present. And this is why I tell women, don't say sex.
Oh, don't say the word sex?
Don't say it.
Oh, what do you say?
If we end up being physical, we're going to need to take it very slowly. Don't say sex.
No.
Because sex is the number one instinct. Procreate, then protect, then provide.
That's specifically for a man.
It's order. For all of us. It's the entire planet.
Oh, we all have the same order.
We all have it. It's a paradigm. Every species risks its life in order to reproduce.
Oh.
Every single one of them. And this, by the way, is completely fitting with emasculation. So procreate overrides protect. Protect overrides provide.
Oh.
Procreate, then protect, then provide. We want, both men and women want other people to be in provide,
Yes.
in a state of giving. That's what we want. Give. Let's overflow to each other. Giving. But criticism, for example, criticism is an attack.
Mm-hmm.
So it flips someone from provide. Why didn't you do that? Right? If we'd said it differently, honey, I still need you to take out the trash. Would you?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I'm on it. Why didn't you take out the trash? He'll tell you. He'll answer the question why he didn't. They're very literal. He'll tell you why he didn't.
Like, you don't actually want to know. You just wanted to bloody do it.
Exactly. So, but depending on what you attacked, if you attack, oh, you're just like your father.
Oh, yeah.
Now you haven't just attacked his behavior.
Yeah.
You have attacked his character. So now he's protecting himself from you.
Mm-hmm.
He cannot provide for you, and he cannot protect you when he has to protect himself from you.
Ooh. Uh-huh.
Cannot. So from the bottom, we drive it up, but from the top, when we lead with sexuality and sensuality and skin for days. Asked a panel of men once, how much skin does a woman have to show to remind you that her entire body is covered in this delicious substance?
Oh. What'd they say? The face.
Not even. This much will do.
Face.
This much will do.
Uh-huh.
We have no idea how intoxicating our skin is. We don't know that life force literally comes off our skin. They can touch us and have their battery recharged.
So taking a pin out of what we said earlier about that woman with the big boobs showing the thing, and you said that's the worst thing they can do.
Lisa didn't have big boobs. So you're talking about...
Didn't you say she was leading with
Oh,
that
yes,
woman?
but they didn't even have to be big. They just have to be stuck out.
Okay.
See me.
Okay.
See me. Oh, yeah. Didn't take much. You had tiny boobs and go like that.
But why was that the worst thing that she could have done?
Well, it's the worst thing any woman can do. Because if you think of what we want from men, we want men to make conscious choices. We want them to act from love, from wisdom, which is knowledge and love. We want them to see beyond. We want them to be thoughtful and considerate. And you say sex.
Oh.
They're gone. Not because they're like unevolved beings. It's because you just spoke to the most primitive part of them that overrides everything else. And as men get older, they want to grip on it. They want to be less manipulatable by that. And one of the ways that I diminished men in their ability to produce results, we define emasculating as diminishing your ability to produce results. We emasculate ourselves. We emasculate women. Men emasculate men. Men emasculate themselves. We all diminish our ability to produce results. But one of the ways that I did it was I put them off balance. And we can feel when a man is off balance, like he can't get traction. He can't attack if he's off balance. And I didn't know how closely I was monitoring a man's ability to attack. And the easiest way to put them off balance, besides opening their snap shirts, was to bring in sexual energy and sensual energy that it would just tilt them enough for me to feel safe. But they don't like being tilted. They're organized around productivity. They want to get stuff done. They can feel themselves being diminished, and it pisses them off.
Can you explain why tilting them off with sexuality made you feel safer? I didn't expect you to say that word.
Well, because I didn't know I was pissing them off. I just was paying attention to they were off balance.
But why
I
does
didn't
them
realize
being off balance make you feel safe?
Because I knew they couldn't attack when they were off balance.
Got it.
And I didn't pay attention to the repercussions of that.
Right.
Right? I could put them off balance, and in the moment I would feel safer. But then they would just ghost.
Oh.
He ghosted me? No, they vote with their feet. A man will not call you to tell you he's not going to call you again. He just doesn't call you again. Yeah. We think they ought to call us to tell us why they're not going to call us. No, they just don't. They're conserving energy. And it's actually good. This is why I teach women and men, lead with what's the truth. Lead with your ultimatums. Think about what do you know they will break up with you about? They will break up with you over that. Tell them about it immediately. Like I did with Dan, first conversation. I'd had a man who my husband had been dead for 4 or 5 months. And I told him how it was in my life with my husband after death. And I'm thinking in my head, if you're going to run now. Because this was a truth about me that I wasn't willing to betray. And that's what we have to figure out. What are the truths about us that we're unwilling to betray? Well, then don't betray them from the very beginning. Lead with them. Fly the flag. This is who I am. And lo and behold, the people for whom that doesn't work, they go away.
Right. And now you don't waste time and energy.
Exactly. It's wonderful. You don't even have to break up with them. They just go away. And then the people that you're what they've been looking for. Do you know there was this long quiet after I said that to Dan? Long. I'm thinking, if you're going to run now. Before I'm attached, before I've met you, before I'm attracted to you, before I care what you think. Run now. Silence. We got to wait for the silences. They really think deeply. You went, I can feel him. Nice energy.
Oh, that's a very respectful man.
Yes.
I'd actually love to talk about the differences when it comes to infidelity with men and women. Because of all of your studies, I'm going to say bold statements, and you can tell me if I'm wrong or right.
Okay.
It seems like a lot more men cheat on their girlfriends and wives than women do.
So I was with my husband like you. If you ever cheat on me, it's over. Even if I find out years later, it'll be over.
Oh, yes.
It'll just be over. The end. So we used to have this event every year with our senior graduates, and I would declare a year ahead of time what I was taking on. And we have this saying, our company's called PAX, stands for Partnership, Adoration, and Ecstasy. And so for the PAX World Tour, I would say ahead of time, this is, PAX goes where others fear to tread. And so I declared for the next PAX World Tour, we were going to talk about infidelity. And I didn't want to. I didn't have infidelity in my life. What did I know about infidelity? But I committed to it for my graduates, that I would dig into it. I'd find out what the deal was. So what I discovered, and sometimes language is so awesome to illuminate. So if you go back to the Latin, fidelity means faith. Infidelity would be the absence of faith.
Oh, I've never thought about that.
Without faith. Confidence is with faith.
Oh.
Confid, infid. Okay? When you lose confidence, you become unfaithful.
Oh.
It's the most natural thing into the world. It's the most natural thing. When an employee loses confidence that their manager is going to take care of them, is going to set them up to win, is going to support them in their career, they lose that confidence. They become unfaithful to the manager.
Oh.
They stop giving so much. They find another place. They find a new place to work, right? We become unfaithful. We'll gossip about people that we don't have confidence anymore. So when a woman, for example, has tried everything, including a lot of criticism, to get her man to pay her more attention, because that's what makes her feel safe, but he doesn't know that. To be interested in her, to listen to her feelings, to really seek to deeply connect. When she loses confidence, she's going to have that with him. she becomes emotionally unfaithful.
Oh.
She goes and finds someone who will. This is why I teach men, if the woman in your life is saying, you're not paying me enough attention, that is a 5-alarm fire.
Mm-hmm.
She's sure she's going to die. A tiger will show up and she'll die because you're not paying enough attention. And we feel safe through connection. Interest and attention is our access to connection. Wow. Your productivity is determined by how much you're trusted and respected. This is why we go bananas about not being trusted and respected as much as we can go bananas about the lack of interest and attention.
Mm.
It's threatening to our survival. So anything we lose confidence in, we will then be unfaithful.
Mm-hmm.
But I also, and here's a note, you got to find out what kind of models people have. How has marriage been modeled for the person you're considering marrying? And how do they relate to what was modeled?
Is it true that if a man's father has been unfaithful, he is more likely to?
So this goes back to your original question. Based on physiology and based on behavior, women are as likely to be unfaithful as men. And there's sexual infidelity, there's emotional infidelity, there's mental infidelity. Oh, my husband's so stupid. Right? So what is he going to seek out? You don't admire him for his competence in his brain. So he's going to go find someone who does. Because he can't live without it. Just like we can't live without interest and attention, we're going to find someone who does. My husband, in the middle of this, which was so humbling and so educational, I had stopped nurturing him. I'd literally stopped being nurturing towards him.
Did you do that deliberately?
No, I did it because he had retired and I thought he should do a hell of a lot more things around the house. And he was in this, I'm retired, I can do whatever I want. Like I was doing everything and he was doing nothing. And I was so pissed. But one of the things he was doing was taking a poetry class. He was a poet, he was taking a poetry class. And he would talk about this woman in his poetry class in this particular way. That the hair would go up on the back of my neck, right? And it'd be like, and when I finally sorted it out, like, oh, he's being emotionally unfaithful. He's going to another woman to be nurtured because I stopped. Oh, shit. And I've talked to men about the reasons why there's sexual infidelity. And the most surprising thing was how many times they told me that it wasn't because their wife didn't have sex with them. It was because their wife didn't admire them. So admiration is one of the 4 food groups for men. Oh. They must be admired.
What
literally.
So admiration.
Sex is one of the 4
Sex,
groups.
of course.
Well, I mean, I investigated that too. We did a whole exploration of it. And a woman was like, okay, I know that my boyfriend was single and without sex for 6 months before I met him. So why does he need sex so often when he went for 6 months without it?
That's a good question.
The boyfriend came to the mic.
Oh.
He said, I wasn't protecting or providing for anyone. It's the fuel to protect and provide for you.
Whoa. That's a hard pill to swallow in the sense of then what if you're not giving it? Let's say you're really sick. Let's say you've got cancer. Let's say you just given birth.
Well, I was out of commission for 12 weeks. I had a total hysterectomy.
Uh-huh.
Yes. Just because you can't put things in certain places doesn't mean you can't keep the attraction, desire.
Right, okay.
You are hot and I want you bad,
Oh,
which
okay.
they need from us.
So it's the desire as well as the actual act itself.
It's even more the desire than the act itself. Men, it was one of the most confounding things I discovered, that women are we pay so much attention to being attractive. We don't know how much they need to know we're attracted.
Oh, yeah.
And this man said it right out. I was like, what do you find? What are the most attractive qualities in women? And this man said, she's attracted to me.
Oh.
This is like a man in his 60s, and he was just so cute about it. I was like, wait a second, I gotta look into this. And yes, they need to be desired. In fact, I haven't done a quantitative study on this, but ED, erectile dysfunction, could be largely due to not enough sleep and not enough desire being expressed by their partner.
Wow.
So in asking men why were they unfaithful, and the man came right out and said, he goes, yeah, my wife would have sex with me. She'd do it, but she didn't want me and she didn't admire me. And so men would seek partners who think they're awesome. Their wife doesn't think they're awesome because they don't take out the trash and they don't do this and they don't that and they can't listen to their feelings. And no, you're not awesome. Why am I going to think you're awesome? You're not perfect like me. You don't act like a woman. So, I mean, it's all, that's why I say, what if it's all a misunderstanding? What if all this suffering is a misunderstanding? And to your point before, I have so much compassion and I totally understand being mistreated. I've been hung up on a wall by my neck. I have been thrown out of bed to the wall. So this isn't like, oh, it's never happened to me. But the power showed up when I could see what I had to do with it. And we truly have an expectation that a real man can handle us throwing anything at them, including putting them off balance with sexual attraction. What causes the kind of attraction that makes a man literally want to take from you? Open that refrigerator and grab whatever they can. Versus what kind of attraction, what qualities in a woman make him want to take care of her? What has them just want to take and not care, and what has them care? Men, almost all men, look for a romantic relationship. In fact, they'll say she's really special. And yeah, I'd like to tap that. More than once. How about a lifetime of that?
So let's say the man isn't getting his needs met from his wife. And you were saying, you know, like, let's say she's emasculated him, she doesn't appreciate him, so he's going to an emotional infidelity, or then it turns physical. Why not then leave? Why be so damn sneaky? Like, that's the thing that really, every time I talk about infidelity, it just winds me up. Well, I'm like, just then leave. Like, don't promise and pledge your life to a woman, have kids, then go and cheat on her, or then leave her, you know, for the other woman, or just cheat behind her back and know that it's going to rip her apart. Why not leave?
So one of the things I've taught for a very long time is do not cause a conflict between a man's needs and a man's integrity. Do not pit one against each other.
What would be an example where they're pitted against each other?
They've promised to only have sex with you for the rest of your life, but you've decided we're not having sex anymore. Or that I go to work every day and come home and I'm loyal and I have a paycheck. I also have to complete the honey-do list and then I can have sex with you. They think that's a ripoff. Yeah, it really hurts them. And once we did a whole study on what we call the wave. So imagine someone's attractive and it's titillating, right? There's just something kind of makes you feel alive, and there's this excitement in it. And I have someone over here, but it doesn't hurt to step in the water. I'll just put my toe in the water. This is a fun little flirtation. Doesn't hurt anybody. Well, I put my toe in the water, and then it's okay. Just a little further, just a little further. Well, you keep going into the ocean, and you go far enough in, the waves will pick you up. It will pick you up. It'll just take you over. And that happens. And we love that. We actually want to be taken over. It's so thrilling to be taken over by sexual desire. Oh my, how many movies are all about that? They're just where there's no going back. Well, what we don't know is how that can happen to someone, and they're caught up in the wave going, oh shit, I've just fucked my whole life. Because they were with this need, male or female, need to be desired, and need to be attractive, and need to pay attention to, and need to be seen, and need to be heard, and need to be admired, to be gotten. We all need that, and we've been going without it, and now somebody's providing it. And in that moment, that need is so real. It's so immediate. And we're just kind of setting aside, we'll deal with that later. And that's why I talk about if a couple is going to recover from any type of infidelity, the person who committed the act has to think it was a mistake. Mm-hmm. And the person who considers themselves the victim of that has to find out their part. What was the need that I expected them to live without being fulfilled?
I assume that when you said this to a lot of women, if their husbands or partners have cheated on them, they're very upset by that question.
Well, actually, many of them aren't, because they want to know how to prevent it from happening again.
Oh.
And if they can see, and this is why in the Queen's Code, men have 3 kinds of needs. What if they have immediate needs? They have things that are important to them, that give them ways of being that matter to them. And they have needs they've given up on getting. And when someone gives up on getting what they need, the need doesn't go away. I know a man who went 30 years without sex. He was faithful for 30 years. He called it the drought.
Oh.
There's so many sexless marriages. I actually taught about men and sex from the pulpit in a Baptist church at the request of the minister, because he was appalled at how many of the men in his congregation had sexless marriages. But it happens because women don't know what sex provides for men. We think it's just a physical thing for them. We have no idea how important it is to them, how many tanks it fills, how many capacities it gives them, how much it makes life worth living. The thing I didn't know that I didn't know about men for 35 years.
I want to hear that.
But but if we can realize that when we're committing to a monogamous relationship, we are committing to being the sole source of many needs being met.
That's a great way of putting it. I like that.
Yes, right? And what happens in many marriages is we're no longer love, honoring, and cherishing, but we expect the marriage to last. We expect monogamy. We all need things in order to, but we think, I'm going to stop giving you what you need in order to, but you're going to still do that.
Oh.
Yeah. So It's like when I found out I was bringing out the worst in men, I was ecstatic. When I found out how to prevent every kind of infidelity, ecstatic. Talk about empowered.
Yes. Oh, I love it.
I don't have to just be like, oh, I hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
No. Is there anything you need that you're not getting from me? Is there anything you need that you're about to give up on getting from me, or that's just too damn hard to get from me?
Mm-hmm. Me and my husband have a list of questions that we ask each other every year. And it goes in order of like, it's easy all the way to hard. And one of the really low ones, it's always hard to ask, but we always say it, is what did I used to do for you that I no longer do that you want me to introduce back?
That's
and so
awesome.
making sure that there isn't a need that I used to meet that I no longer meet now.
Yes. It's brilliant.
To me, my entire life changed when I took personal ownership over everything in my life. I just know that if you have been wounded before and a guy has cheated on you, to then go, what was my part in it? It is a hard question to ask yourself.
Well, but there's another important part of it, and that is that so many so-called relationships are generated based upon sexual attraction, not based upon how much you care about each other. When it's just sexual attraction, loyalty doesn't exist in the lizard brain. We try to build castles on swamps. There's no foundation for what people are expecting in a marriage when it wasn't there being built from the very beginning. Lead with what you think they'll break up with you about. And then it also teaches because we naturally conceal our ultimatums because we don't want people to break up with us, how can you listen to another person to discover at the very least in what areas do they have an ultimatum when they're not telling you? Because you can if you're listening close enough.
Oh, how?
There's all these versions of what I would call listen to learn. So, and they can transform your reality because you will hear things you never heard before and they could have always been there. Like a man is talking about something you think is frivolous and you can't believe he spends that much money on it. Listen, what matters to him? What matters to him? What matters to him? And you'll actually hear their values. And they're concealed on purpose because it's one of the most exposed things about them. It's the most precious things about them, their values. So it's concealed, but you can hear it if you're listening for it. What matters to them? What's important to them? What do they care about? What people care about? It's huge.
If someone's always lying, then how do you hear what's real?
Interesting, huh? We find what we're listening for. It's a treasure hunt, and we're diligent about finding the treasure. What's wrong with this man? What's wrong with this man? Instead of what's admirable about this man? What's admirable about this man?
Yeah, that's so true. We find what we look for.
We're finding what we look for. Seek and ye shall find. And you will only find what you're seeking, even if it's sitting right in front of you, you won't find it. So if you listen, what matters to them, you'll start to hear what matters to them. And they're going to have ultimatums in the areas that matter to them. Like it was a bad thing, right? And I went away.
Because I've never heard ultimatum said in a good way.
Right? Well, because mostly we give ultimatums when we think somebody will submit to them. We withhold them, we conceal them until we think they're attached enough or involved enough. Do you know they've already committed so much they can't back out? Then we'll do the big reveal. So we don't present them. Right? And so I sorted myself out about ultimatums, and I came back to him and I said, yes, I have ultimatums and so do you. He said, I do? I said, yes, you do. What are they? I said, well, if I demanded that you make me a higher priority than your kids, would we be together? No.
Oh.
If I was not willing to explore sex and other possibilities outside of my comfort zone, would we still be together? No. If I wasn't willing to see if I wanted to ski again, would we still be together? No.
Wow.
But And he didn't come out
Well,
right
you
out
had
and say
heard,
any
yeah,
of those.
uh-huh.
But I could hear it. I could hear it, and I still love that his kids are a higher priority than me.
So you've been studying men for 35 years.
Yes.
What's the most recent thing you found out about men that completely shocked you that's taken you 35 years to learn?
You sure?
Yes.
I put a date, August 7th. Start letting the King's Code come through. Which to let these things come through is like to be like just sucked in, do you know? And then this sentence, just like what if men are responding to women? What if no one's misbehaving, including you? What if there's a good reason for that? What if people only do what's important enough to rise to the list, top of the list? All these great questions. And this wasn't a question. I don't even remember where I was at the time. It so rattled me. It just came down into the top of my head. The ever-presence of death. What? Men live with the ever-presence of death. Now, 34 and a half years in, this last August, I thought I'd like mapped all the constellations in the sky of men, right? Maybe not every little star, but all the major everythings. And this thing, like, I'd had no inkling of it. And then I was like, I don't know anything about this. I got to head back in. It took 17 years of research to know I could write the Queen's Code and that everything in it was be validated. And I was like, well, I got to head back in. Universe, I need you to send me men. I don't interact with gobs of men anymore more the way I used to. You got to send me men. Oh boy, does the universe respond.
No.
And since September, I have brought this up in virtually every interview with a man, the ever-presence of death.
And do they agree?
It's so far beyond agreeing as to be unthinkable. Like, it took me from August to December, I finally decided to talk to Dan about it, my beloved. I was sitting there, he was sitting here. I said, I want to tell you the thing I've been looking into. Okay. The ever-presence of death. He says, yeah, it's sitting right here.
Oh.
Every man, they just nod.
And it doesn't matter what age they are.
No, there's a young man in Romania doing an interview with him. He goes, yeah, just about every night before I go to sleep, I think I could have died today.
Oh, God.
Or I think I might die tomorrow. And you said I could swear.
Yes, swear or have.
So what I said. So as I was looking at this, okay, they're all just nodding like, of course.
Oh.
Duh. All of them, 100%. All of them. And I'm like, okay, wait a second. Single focus, they commit themselves to something. It screens out everything irrelevant, including death. They just head in to get it done. It doesn't matter, they're going to die. Because they could die any minute. It's right there every minute, dying. It is easier for a man to die than to live.
Oh, God.
Yes. And, oh yeah. And then I'm like, okay. Oh, so, I mean, the dots, the connections of the dots, they just give me chills. Like, for example, the term carefree. Like, they want to be carefree. But caring is their biggest expenditure of energy. They know when they care, they're trapped. So they want to be carefree. But after a while, it's being like on vacation too long.
Oh.
They get depressed from not caring. And so all these things that men have said for 35 years started to make sense. When my wife has a problem, I have a purpose. And they actually, if you listen to men talk about dying, they are not afraid of dying. They just don't want it to be for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And as a panel of men, we're interviewing them about marriage. What makes a woman worth dying for?
Ooh.
This was in New York. Things I'll never forget. So one man said, a better question would be, what makes a woman worth living for?
Oh. Oh.
And I didn't get it until dying's easier. Dying is easier than living. And what makes a woman worth living for? What? And men will preserve themselves to be there for something. They have to have a reason to preserve this. They do not naturally preserve their bodies. I used to think it was a character flaw. I thought it was a character flaw in my husband. I thought it was a character flaw in Dan. A few days before Christmas, I actually called him from the airport. I couldn't say it to his face. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I've made you wrong for not caring about how long your body survives. Now I get it. If you could die any moment, here comes the bleep, why not eat it, drink it, and fuck it? Why not? I could be dead tomorrow. Why not? So it goes back to your question, when we stop nurturing them, when they'll do so many things to be with us, but we stop being, we stop giving them what they need. We stop having that life force and the admiration and the thing that makes us worth living for, to put that smile on our face. We stop smiling. And we wonder what they're losing confidence in that would have them become unfaithful in a variety of ways. I am so moved by who men are. And I've had to learn how to talk about it to them instead of just pull it out of the box. And if you think about women, we're not present to death. We're not even afraid of death.
No.
We're afraid of them dying.
Oh, yes. Uh-huh.
Because then who's going to protect me?
Yeah. Oh, I've told my husband he can't die before me.
Exactly.
It's an ultimatum.
If you die before me, I will kill you.
I've said that to him.
Yeah. I was pounding on my husband's chest as he died, saying, I still need you. You can't go now. I still need you. Yeah. But we're present to life. It's why we care about hurt feelings. It's why we try to save men from shame with logic. It's what they look for in us. It's why when we're tired and have nothing to give, it's like they see the absence of life, right? We are full of life. We pay attention to life. We monitor life force in the kitty, in the plants. We are present to life. They are present to death. We are opposite genders. We're opposite sexes, opposite orientations. And what if that makes us perfect for each other? Not just romantically, in friendship, father, daughter, mother, son. What if we're perfect for each other in all these ways because we approach safety through connection and they approach security through productivity. So it's all a misunderstanding. All this suffering is a misunderstanding. So our courses are divided in understanding level, being extraordinary level, and partnership level. And it all builds. And in the understanding level, there's understanding men, understanding women, understanding sex and intimacy, and understanding love and commitment. And these courses got developed over literally 2 decades.
Oh, wow.
We call it your sexual manifesto. So once you're freed from your wounds and your shame, now you choose. What is sex to you? What is the point of sex to you? What do you need? What matters to you most? Right? So you're inventing your own sexuality, which is so important. You're sourcing yourself. Well, also part of this course every time was a panel of men. a panel of men who would come in and answer questions about sex, including explicit questions about sex.
Yeah.
We would give them a stack of questions
Mm-hmm.
and on like index cards. And one thing we knew is that they needed to get to choose which they wanted to answer. Yeah. Have to leave them with choice. And he gets to pick what to talk about. Because you know how many questions it takes to make an interrogation?
Oh. One.
Men steal themselves for dates to be interrogated.
Oh.
Yeah, they hate it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, that's another topic. So I had to learn to tell them, like, as with women in real life, we need to warm up to you.
Mm-hmm.
So because so many panels, panel after panel, say, let's get right to this. How long is too long to go down on a woman? Next question, what makes a great blowjob? Like, okay, you guys, we got to back up a little. So when you think you want to go to those questions, they're so excited. Let's get to this. I'm like, look back at me and I'll nod. I'll give you the thumbs up. You can go there now. Because the women would they hadn't even gotten used to these men. And I had to tell the woman,
give me some foreplay.
Exactly. I'm like, if you're getting freaked out or grossed out, he's talking and you're imagining he's doing that to you. And so don't do that. Imagine this is a Martian talking about sex on his planet and you're just an observer learning. And then the women would end up having more space and curiosity and learn so much. You know what makes a great blowjob?
No.
Enthusiasm. Man after man would say, I don't want my birthday blowjob. There's your birthday blowjob.
Oh, yeah. I mean, let's be honest. You don't want a guy going down and you're like, here we go, fine. You want a guy to go, I bet you taste great.
Start the timer. Right? So when there was a question, how long is too long to go down on a woman? And this man said, well, after about an hour.
Oh, God. God.
Well, honestly, I realized that I worried about that I was taking too much time. Like I didn't deserve longer. And so I decided.
He doesn't deserve longer.
No, that I didn't deserve longer.
You?
Like he's like this, must be uncomfortable. He's getting a crick in his neck. This is working too hard. So I actually timed it. I actually timed when I thought I didn't deserve any more.
And?
3 minutes.
Oh, no.
So I decided oral sex time is different than normal time. It's so intense, it seems much longer. Okay, that's not what I meant to talk about.
Oh,
but anyhow,
but
so they're answering these questions, and the way they're answering these questions, or there's a way of being about them. And I'm just kind of like, what? And then there literally was a word coming out of the ceiling in the meeting room in the Crown Plaza Hotel at LAX. There was a word coming out of the ceiling and hitting me in the head. And it just went, and it kept hitting me in the head until I like, pay attention. I'm like, what? And it's coming at me. And the word was innocence.
Oh.
Innocence. And I started listening. I've been listening ever since. What if there's the ever presence of death? And what if 95% of men are good men? The other 5% just get around too much? But what if 95% of men are good men and how they are about sex is innocent?
Oh, that is definitely not what I would have put together.
No. We both had fun, didn't we? So what's the harm?
Oh,
They're
I see.
Innocent about it. They don't think it's going to hurt anybody. We hooked up. We had a good time. I don't understand why you're hurt.
Oh,
I don't understand what the problem is. Even when they want to try something naughty. It's from innocence. It's not from evil. It's from innocence. Could we do that?
Oh, that's fascinating. Huh.
What if we're the one who are strategic about sex?
Oh, yeah.
Number one question, when is the right time to have sex for the first time and still end up in a committed relationship.
Yes.
Yes. Well, I can tell you what men say about it.
Yeah, what do they say?
There's no relationship between when you first have sex and how long you're going to be together.
Oh.
They're not connected.
Oh, wow.
There are men who
Wow.
There are men who have been married for 35 years to someone they got it on with on their first date, even before a first date. We met. It was awesome.
Wow.
We've been together for 35 years. You can't stay together just on sex,
No.
right? So, yeah, to them, there's just no connection. And I had a man from Italy on my panel, and I was asking, what do you love about American women? He said, nothing.
Oh.
Exactly. And I'm like, oh.
Ouch.
He said, American women are strategic about everything. They don't just let their passion flow. They don't just be passionate and go with it. So he's like,
you actually do have some cultures where women wear their sexuality with ease.
There are, yes. I haven't spent enough time there to be able to say anything of use about how that is.
That'd be an interesting study.
Yeah. I do know that they think we know what we're doing to them.
Oh.
By the skin we show, the postures we put ourselves in. When a woman's attracted to a man, she naturally is accentuating her curves.
Mm-hmm.
When a man's attracted to a woman, he naturally puffs up to look bigger. But what if they're innocent? They're not strategic. And if we think all men are bad, all men are up to no good, all men are trying to take something from us, then we're doing what I was doing. I was emasculating all the protectors. So I was left protecting myself, which I believed I had to do. And one of the things that a man said on a panel, he said, you can't tell the difference between a wolf and a sheepdog if all you're looking for is teeth. Yeah. And when I heard that, I was just like, oh my gosh. Who can tell the difference between a wolf and a sheepdog? A sheepdog.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sheepdogs. They can tell wolves from miles away. I'm like, oh my God. And they've been telling us he's up to no good. Oh, that's just because you're attracted to me and you want me. No, I'm fucking trying to protect you. Right? We argue with our sheepdogs. So I switched up. We had a program, it was a really important leadership program. And I'd have Greg come and just wander around and watch how people were acting and see if anybody gave him that wolf reaction. I'd check with them. I'd say, hey, that guy, is he a wolf or a sheepdog peeing on the carpet?
Mm-hmm.
He's a sheepdog. Okay, I'll get him to stop peeing on the carpet. And it's like, if we think all men are up to no good, then we're relying on other women to tell us who's a good man, but we can't recognize a good man. What we perceive as the signs of an unhealthy man is actually a healthy man. We've got it all wrong.
All right, moving on. You declare that if women really want to be masterful at interacting with men, they should study video games.
First of all, they hate being told who they are. They want to choose. This is me. This is my role. This is what I want to be. This is what I want to do in life. Like, so many boys, their parents are trying to get them to care about what they don't care about. And you can't make a man care about what he doesn't care about. Now, this is hard for women to understand because we care about everything. Right? We care about everything. It's harder to not care, right? But so getting to choose. So he gets to choose the game. He gets to choose who he is in the game, right? When avatars came along and what do you want to be in this game? And then this is so important. Every effort they make, they move their little piece, they get points. You want men to spend effort on you? Give them points. Don't wait till they get it 100% right to give them any appreciation, any effort. Oh, thank you for the effort. Thank you for trying. Thank you for trying to get me roses for Valentine's Day. You tried so hard. Thank you. Because if you think about someone's life, right, it's made up of time and energy. That's all we got. We got time and energy. What are you going to spend your time on? What are you going to spend your energy on? And a big difference between men and women is the awareness of the passage of time. And they're much better at estimating how much time something's going to take. So what they spend their energy on is going to have everything to do with what does it give them back. Mm-hmm. So we think they're frivolous or they do stupid things. No. Find out, why does a man spend every Sunday playing golf? Honey, what do you get from playing golf? And then put the imaginary duct tape over your mouth and just listen. It'll blow your mind. But you have to listen and not make fun. And so any effort, they get points. And then when they take bigger risks, they get bigger points. Mm-hmm. We tend to expect them to take risks, especially with us. Why don't you tell me you love me? Like a woman says to a man, how do you feel about me? Oh. Well, we expect his feelings to be like us, just right here in the middle of our chest. We can report on them at any moment. We have a stack of pancakes right here. Yeah, here, let me tell you about my feelings. No, their feelings are in different parts of their body. They have to go hunting for a feeling. And we want to know how they feel so we can predict how they'll act. Mm-hmm. Almost all men consider that dishonorable.
Wow, dishonorable.
Dishonorable. An honorable man will do the right thing no matter how he feels. Now, what does this mean? Oh, this is interesting that this happened today on the airplane. I was talking to a man next to me from Egypt. And I was telling him about how many countries in the Middle East I have students. And I was telling him about one of my students who grew up in Kuwait and then had a European type marriage and then went back to Kuwait and now she has a Kuwaiti marriage.
Oh, so it's female.
She's female. Uh-huh. And she, in Kuwait, a man can have 4 wives.
Oh, wow, that many.
That many. And this young man was saying, yes, women don't understand like a man having more than one wife. And they just can't stand that he may care about another person too. Women want her to just care about her. And I'm looking at him, right? And I'm me, and like, well, there's a huge instinctive component. And he's like, what do you mean? And the attendant walked by. And I said, well, if you were my husband and you were her husband, I am now in competition with her because I believe you will only save the one you love the most. You will only save the one you're attracted to the most. You will only save the one who's pleasing you the most. So we are now in competition to survive. And he's looking at me like that is the craziest idea ever. And I knew he would. He said, yeah, you'll save everybody you can because that's who you are. It's like, yeah, of course. Wow. They don't vote on who's worth saving. They just save. They're protectors. It's part of their own honor. Oh, wow. Because they're going to do the right thing no matter how they feel, which unfortunately for women includes, and this is one of the biggest things we don't understand, and it hurts men and women so much. We're still on video games.
Yeah.
So if he takes a bigger risk, he gets more points. Mm-hmm. If he takes a bigger risk and he dies, he falls off the cliff in the video game. Does he get a timeout? Right? Does he get no sex for 2 months? Oh. No, if he blows it, there's a reset button. He just pushes the reset button. He gets to start over and try again.
But is that a sign that they don't like consequences?
No, it means that, well, the way one man put it was, he said, penance must be served. You must serve a man's need to pay penance.
Oh.
He wants to make it up to you. He needs you to tell him how. That changed my life. This was 1995. I was like our third panel in our workshop ever. And oh my gosh. They know they blew it. They know they went off the cliff, right? They lose over and over and over again. They don't avoid losing.
No, that's true.
They don't. They'll go back in. They'll go back at it. But they need to not be punished for it. There's a huge difference between consequence and punishment. The real world has consequences. But the desire to punish, desire to punish is taking something personally, taking a failure personally. Like, you did that against me and I'm going to get you back. Well, what if it was never against you? What if it was just a mistake? What if it was? So press the reset button. This is how you press the reset button, honey. You say, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings when I said, and you better darn well mean it. I'm sorry I disrespected you when I did. Fill in the blank. Because we want to know why. What are you saying sorry for? You can't just give me a blanket sorry. It's got to be precise.
Why do we have to be so precise?
So we have a stack of pancakes right here. Our feelings. We never say you hurt my feeling. Which feeling? No, you hurt my feelings. You hurt all of them. You stabbed me in the chest when you said that, when you looked at me that way, when you didn't say what I needed you to say. And so you went through my happiness, my joy, my love, my compassion, my sadness, my grief, my whole stack of pancakes. Like if you imagine a knife stabbed through the pancakes, right? Well, then the knife has to be taken back out. If it was punched, the whole punch has to be taken back. If it was run over with a truck, the whole thing has to be rewound, undone. So to say, I'm sorry I hurt your feelings when I said, and we need to give them the exact words, which we won't want to give them the exact words, because just to say the exact words is going to make it hurt more.
Also,
but it's actually
kind
the
of
secret
to see, do they really know what they did?
They don't. And they're unlikely to. And if we wait for them to pass that test, we're going to run around wounded for a lifetime. You actually have to give them the words, because what hurts us doesn't hurt them. We think they're a version of us, and so they must know how they hurt me. Well, they'd only know how they hurt me if the same thing would hurt them.
Right.
But no, they're hurt by different things. They're literally crushed. They call it crushed. Can I give you an example?
Yeah, please.
So back to time and energy. If we ask a man for advice, which the key word in asking for advice is should. What should I do? Well, what we don't know is that when we're saying, what should I do? We're asking them to become accountable for our results. So if they're going to tell you what you should do, they're going to think, and we have to wait. Don't rephrase the question, because they're thinking. And then they're adding to that what they think matters to you. What they've observed makes you happy. What they've observed hurts you or squishes your life force, because they pay attention to that. So they're going to take all they know and about it and about you, and then they'll say, this is what you should do. Now, he just took accountability for your results, told you what to do to get the result you want, and they're like, yeah, I'll think about it. You just dissed all his wisdom, all his caring for you, the biggest expenditure of energy, caring for you. Yeah, whatever. They're crushed.
The way you just put it, I've never considered, because I'm sure I've done that to my husband. Like, babe, what should I do? Gives me advice. yeah, no, it doesn't sound right, and then I move on. You don't mean to dismiss them, but clearly you do.
Yeah, and also we give advice off the top of our heads.
Oh.
Right? We don't have that process. We just, go left, go right. No, they're committal by nature. This is one of the biggest myths about men, that they're non-committal. They're built to commit. Their brains are configured to commit. They're naturally committal, which is why they're hesitant to commit, because they want to make sure they're going to win at it. We function so differently for very good reasons. And they can seem slow, stubborn, stupid, mean, inconsiderate, and they're not. And we can seem scattered, frivolous, emotionally indulgent, flighty, non-committal. So back to the video games. The last thing about why video games are designed perfectly for men of all ages is that they're never dragged to the next level. It's not like, oh, you've scored 100,000 points, so you're immediately going to here. We've been together for 3 months getting to know each other. You're going to be my boyfriend, right? I'm not ready to be your boyfriend. Well, we've been together for 3 months. We have passed the necessary amount of time. I have given you 3 months of my precious reproductive life, whether I'm aware of it or not. My instincts are screaming, don't waste any more time on this guy. Right? So we try to drag them into boyfriend, girlfriend, not even knowing what it means to them. We don't talk about what is the job description, what is the accountability, are you willing to accept all these accountabilities? We think they just know what they are and that they're going to say yes to it and they're going to do it. I commit to be loving. I commit to be honoring. I commit to be patient. I commit to be open. I commit to be courageous in telling you my truth. And then write them down and put them on the fridge. Right? No, we think of commitment, love, honor, cherish, till death do us part, unless I don't feel like it. Unless I'm pissed at you. Unless you didn't take the trash out. So they take things much more seriously than we do.
Alison, oh my God, you've taken me on a total emotional roller coaster today. Where can people find you, all the amazing work you're doing? You've got courses, websites, like where can people go?
Well, AlisonArmstrong.com, 1 L or 2, it'll still work. That's where all my work is. And so the Queen's Code audiobook is there. I do a kind of book club. It's called Your Queen's Code Journey, where we go through chapter by chapter and people get to ask me questions about it and wrestle with what's happening and even create their own vow to commit to. So all of this stuff happens at AlisonArmstrong.com, including our curriculum. I interact with the people in our curriculum like 10 hours a month.
Wow.
I haven't stopped. So I want people to know what I learned lately, right? Like you wanted to know what was the thing. I haven't stopped. And so I see new connections and, oh my gosh, we missed this. And yeah, so I stay in contact. I keep interacting. The most extraordinary things is our YouTube channel's gone from less than 10% men ever watched videos there to over 40%.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, and they're
You're probably helping them understand themselves.
Yes, and my intention in them listening to the Queen's Code is that they become impervious to emasculation. That they stop diminishing themselves. They stop letting men diminish them, women diminish them. They just don't take it anymore. Just like for every woman, don't let anybody criticize you. There's a good reason for everything you do. To stop them in their tracks. And I'll tell you what I need to give it to you, but you don't get to criticize me. Ever. What if women did that? It would change everything.
Yeah.
We call it honor yourself first, or all is lost.
Guys, you heard it here. Go and honor yourself first. The one thing I didn't expect, I definitely expected her to be freaking fire, but not to this damn level. Oh my God. I came in so excited into this interview. The last thing I thought was I was going to get so emotional, and just so many surprises along the way. When I look back at how I was when I was 16, 18, in my 20s, in my 30s, I'm sure I've messed up a million times. And I think that's partly why I got so emotional. It's like, how many times did I accidentally emasculate a man? And I do a lot of content on this show that covers the nefarious man. But I also really want to make sure that we cover what does a good man look like and how do we treat a good man? And this has blown me away. Like literally all I want to do is stop recording and run and hug my husband right now and ask him what he needs. Thank you so much for today. Thank you so much. Until next time, be the hero of your own life. Peace. I even lost my words. Oh my God. If you still get utterly confused by your partner and want to finally understand them, then you've got to watch this epic episode with the GOAT herself, the one and only Julie Gottman.
The primary reason to have an affair is not physical attraction. It's not about sex.